Hi, this is Amy Moore, and I'm going to talk you through top 5 tips for using Google. So, my first tip is to make sure your CMS account is your default Google account. Oftentimes, when people come to me and they're having problems with their Google account, it's because they have another Google account signed in and it's conflicting. Remember, all of your permissions are being pulled from your CMS account. So, in order for you to use things like YouTube and use it correctly according to the way the CMS wants us to use it, your CMS account needs to be your default one. This just makes life a lot easier. So, how to check this? You're going to go to google.com, in the upper right corner, just select your icon and check that it says cms.k12.nc.us. If it doesn't, here's how to remove it. Just click on this link here in this PowerPoint, and it'll take you to instructions on how to remove it directly from Google. And it'll be a great way to remove all of those other accounts and leave just your CMS one so that it's the first one. Once it's the first one, it should be the default one, and this should not be a problem. Okay. Also, there's a better way to do this, to have multiple accounts signed in through what's called multiple users. Click here if you're a more advanced user and check this out. This is a great way to set up multiple users inside of Google Chrome. I have this set up. It makes life a lot easier to switch from one Google account to the other. And in a more advanced tech talk, I'll be happy to help people with that. Okay. Tip 2, use your bookmark bar. This bookmark bar should be on by default. I believe CMS has it automatically turned on for us. But if it doesn't, just hit Control-Shift-B on your keyboard or click here for directions on how to make it show. You're going to use the menu up here. This bookmark bar is basically a great way to create little buttons that take me to wherever I go frequently. So I have NC Ed Cloud up here, I have CMS Mail, I have my Google Calendar, and I have Google Drive. Notice I've named these really short names. That's on purpose. I usually name things either no word at all, where it's just a space, so the logo auto-populates, or really short abbreviations. I do that on purpose because I want to get as many up there as possible. So these are all things I use frequently. Yours will probably look a little bit differently. Just so you know, CMS created a bar, a folder already on the bar for you that already has things like the intranet and the mail. I don't like to click on the folder, so I already have the mail out here as well. So if you need to know how to add, edit, or remove, you may click on this link here and it'll take you to those directions. You're going to use the star oftentimes to add to the bookmark bar. So if you click that star there and make sure it says bookmark bar in the little box that pops up, that'll allow you to populate that. Okay. All right, tip 3, use Google Keep. This is electronic sticky notes, but the great thing is you can't lose these sticky notes because they are electronic, they sync, and they auto-save. So here's what Google Keep looks like. Taking a look at this, because Google Keep is great. This is what it looks like on the teacher laptops, but you can go to keep.google.com. It's always there. It auto-syncs with all of your CMS accounts across all devices. You can create different color sticky notes. You can just take meeting notes, or you could create checklists. I really like the checklist because you can check each item off as you complete it. You just simply type at the top. Each one is editable. You can change it as far as the color. You can change all sorts of different preferences about it, and you can also include pictures. Google Keep is great because it saves and it syncs. Okay, so consider using Google Keep. Yeah. Tip 4, you can use advanced search in your Google Drive. I watch too many people spend lots of time clicking when they could just search. So let me explain how you search. Navigating takes time. Searching it is faster. Google at its core is a search engine. So using it as a search engine makes your life easier. So you can search by file type, or you could just check your recent, or you can filter your Drive results. Okay, so here are the directions, but I'm going to show you with my screenshot. So here I have a screenshot of my Google Drive. Up here's the search box. You may never have noticed it, but it's up here above all your files. And then right here is this little drop down arrow. You click on this arrow and it pulls up this box. This box allows you to filter and advanced search your results. So you can search by type, by owner. This one's super helpful. Oftentimes people share something with me. I have no clue what they named it, but I know who they were. So if I click here, I can drop down that menu and search by a specific person. I can search where I want to search it. Under here, I can click to search from the trash if I'm afraid I even deleted it. I can look at when it was modified. What are some things I might think it might be named? What are some words in the file? And then click search, and that should pull it up. Okay. So advanced search is super helpful. I often search by either who owns it or by the file type. These come in really handy. But sometimes I don't even use this. I just go to recent. I remember I worked on it a week ago. So I click on recent and I scroll down a week and there is the file. So recent is another really handy place to find things if you've lost things in Google Drive. All All right, tip 5, use your keyboard shortcuts. So, keyboard shortcuts make your life easier. Most people know Control C and Control V, copying and pasting. But there are so many others that make your life easier, like Control Z undoes something. If you've ever deleted something and went, oh no, I need that, Control Z and it'll come right back. Okay, so this is a handy tip for how to make things undo. Control F finds things quickly. This is really great. It brings up a little search box. You can search an entire file, an entire website for a keyword. I really wish our students knew how to use this when they were doing assignments in class sometimes, but there are many others on here. So Control Shift N brings up incognito mode. This is super helpful if you have students who are going to sign on to your desktop and you don't want their Google account to stay on your desktop or conflict with your Google account. Make them hit Control Shift N first and then sign in so that it doesn't conflict with your account. So Control Shift N is super helpful. This is also great if kids are at home and trying to use their CMS Google account. If you ever have a kid who's like, I can't get NC Ed Cloud or Canvas to work at home, tell them to use Control Shift N at home and they often can get it to work just fine. Control L takes you to the top of the browser. So where the search engine, at the top, it's called the Omnibox. It's where you type in the web address, but you can also type in any search inquiry. So often I'll be working along and I'll hit Control L, it'll take me to the top, I'll type in my search engine or the web address of where I want to go, and it instantly takes me there. So this is just a time saver. Shift click and control click allows me to click or select multiple things in at a time. So for example, if you're selecting multiple files or pictures, you hit control. If you want to select like randomly like this one and then another one and they're not side by side, shift lets you select like all of them in a list. So you select, hold shift down, click the first one and click the very last one and it'll select all of them in between. So this saves you a little bit of time from having to individually select files. Windows left and Windows right allows you to snap a window to the left and to the right, so you have two windows side by side. Just a note, on the Chromebook, it's not the same buttons. It's actually Alt and the left bracket, or Alt and the right bracket. The left bracket goes to the left, the right bracket goes to the right. Control A allows you to select all the text in that area or in an entire document. This can be helpful if you're about to Control C and Control V. Control R refreshes the page. This is what I do when my kids are like, Miss Moore, you made a change on Canvas, but it's not showing up. I say, everybody hit Control R and it will be correct now. So these are very handy. I would encourage you to print out this slide. I believe Stephanie's going to make a couple posters of this so you can see this. But this is a very handy thing, not just for you, but for your students as well, to help make your life a little bit easier when using Google. So I want to leave you with a quote by the founder of Google, Larry Page. He says their goal as a company is that they want to build technology that everyone loves using and that affects everyone. We want to create a beautiful, intuitive service and technologies that are so incredibly useful that people use them twice a day like a toothbrush. There aren't many things that teachers or people use twice a day. This quote spoke to me because I think a lot of people get very frustrated or upset at technology because it's not working the way they want it to. Remember that technology is an ever-growing process, and every single day it's going to change a little bit, but the great thing is they're always moving towards making it something everyone loves using and is useful. So kind of keep that in mind, and hopefully that'll cut down on your frustration. Hopefully these 5 tech tips have helped you out. If you have any questions, let me know.